All right, we're just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Ravens led out by the reigning MVP of the National Football League, Lamar Jackson, already season 7. Greg, he's won a couple of MVPs, and he's as talented as we see in the league.
We had a couple of his games early in his career, and of course, all the way to his days back in college, his athleticism jumps off the screen. But Mike, these last couple years, his development as a true passer, his ability to operate from the pocket, that's what's really taken his game to this MVP level. And tell you what, we didn't think there was a lot more things that he could do on a football field, and it seems like every year he's proven otherwise.
He'll complete this one to Rashad Bateman. And he's out of bounds inside the 30. A big play right out of the gate on the first play. Pickup of 46 yards.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. In motion comes Andrews. On play action, here's Jackson. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down.
So the receiver does everything right, except for the most important part. He runs a nice route, creates great separation downfield, but now you just got to finish that thing off with a catch.
Jackson now on 2nd down. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
On 4th down, on comes the 7-time Pro Bowler, Justin Tucker, for the Ravens field goal. That one is good. And the Ravens will take a 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
Three points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. Now it's Bucky Irving to return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Buccaneers led out by their quarterback, Baker Mayfield. He was in Cleveland and Carolina, and then with the Rams. But now year 2, and it feels like he's found a home. Greg here with the Buccaneers.
One thing about this guy is he epitomizes the word resiliency. After a promising start to his NFL career, he hit a major wall. I mean, he was essentially, Mike, discarded by the entire league to the point where many felt he was destined to just be a career backup. However, once he got that second chance, he took it and ran with it. Now that his career is back on track, he's tasked with leading this team to many more victories, and if he plays up to that standard, he's going to give him a legitimate shot.
Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
A second down throw for Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. That one intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Stevens. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, that's the fast start they talked about all week, Mike. You come out, you take the immediate lead with your opening drive. Your defense goes out there, they force a turnover early. All these plays allow you to just keep stacking momentum early in this ball game. This game is far from over, but anytime you get out to a start like this, it is a lot harder for your opponent to battle back.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. In motion comes Andrews. Play action now. Jackson. He'll get it into the hands of Zay Flowers. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
Here's Lamar. He'll keep it on the zone read. And a good job defensively to rally to the ball. They hold them to a short game.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short game.
No motion over Flowers. Second down, Jackson. He pulls it in around the 5. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback.
And he will dive into the end zone. Justice Hill, touchdown Ravens. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score, and Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike, and it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. A return now from the 4. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Buccaneers offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming Getting started with 1st and 10. Here comes Otten in motion. Mayfield to throw it here on 1st down. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Mayfield. A short one there to Otten. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here comes Otten in motion. On 2nd down, Baker. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete. Chris Godwin, the receiver he was looking for. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
In what's clearly become a passing league, Mike, if you're not actively rushing the passer, you have to be able to hold up in coverage, and that's especially true at the linebacker position. Great job here getting in those passing lanes and being able to break up that ball.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. First catch of the game for Evans, and he's got that 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Baker gonna hand it to White, and he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. Roquan Smith there to bring him down. Here's a 2nd and 9. Baker to throw. Gets this one into the hands of his receiver, Godwin. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. They send Evans in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. Throw left side, pulled in by Evans. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They send Evans in motion. Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. With the middle of the field, he's got Evans. It's been a busy 1st quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll go again with White. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. Throwing is Baker. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
On 4th down, Chase McLaughlin in for the Bucs. This about as short as you can get. McLaughlin's kick is good. And the Buccaneers are on the board. It's now 10-3.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Justice Hill to return. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. In motion comes Andrews. Off the play fake, Jackson. Off he goes.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. The shotgun, here's Jackson. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
This pass rush is continuing to make their presence felt here in the early going, and for this quarterback, he's lucky to at least get rid of that ball because they were on the verge of recording their 2nd sack, and we're still here in the 1st quarter.
We'll try and set up the screen to Hill. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that 1st down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
This throw right is taken in by Flowers. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
They call this the alley. So it's the area between the hash marks and the numbers. And depending on what defense they're in, there is a lot of space to be had down those seams. So if this defense doesn't make a couple of adjustments, I wouldn't expect this offense to target any other place on this field.
They run with the longtime Titan. It's Derrick Henry. And a strong 1st down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. Aguilar goes off in motion. Play clock has expired. You're not going to get this one off on top.
Still second down.
In motion comes Andrews. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a 1st down.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that 1st down himself.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Aguilar goes off in motion. On 1st and 10, Jackson to the tight end, Likely. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. So after 1, it's the Ravens out front. We'll have more from Tampa after this. Here's 2nd and 2. On the ground, they'll go with Hill. And that'll be a gain of 2 and a 1st down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
A give right up the middle to Henry. It'll take this down right to the edge of the red zone at the 21. Levante David doing his work on defense. They face 2nd down and 7. Bateman is the motion man. Off play action. He'll set up to throw.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
A successful drive, but in danger of stalling. Trying to convert now on 3rd and 7. From the gun, Jackson. This is caught at the 2. To the goal line and in. Isaiah Likely. Touchdown, Baltimore.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Extra point try now for Tucker. The kick is good. And the Ravens move out in front by the score of 17-3. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. A safe kick taken at the 5. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Buccaneers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. One of the tight ends motions right. The drive begins with a run by White. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
They send Godwin in motion. Throwing is Mayfield. Get this complete right side to Otten. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. They send Godwin in motion. Now Mayfield. It's complete to Evans. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. They send Evans in motion. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. Right back to Evans. He's got it again. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Here comes Otten in motion. To throw is Mayfield. That's caught left side by Otten. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bucs are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Parity now with the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Ravens offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. Lamar going to work from the pistol. He's got his tight end likely downfield. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
Still first down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Aguilar goes off in motion. Jackson. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Really nice start for this defense here early through the first quarter. Two different players each recording a sack. Offensive line's going to have to get together on the sideline with their coach and identify where's the weakness in our protection. How can we get extra bodies and extra attention? Because we still got a long way to go in this one.
Here's a 2nd and 12. Here's a give. Heading right, it's Henry. 18 yards on the pickup there. Good for a Raven first down.
First down run here by Henry, and when he signed with the Ravens this offseason, I mean, you think back to that run he had with the Titans, Mike, over the last 6 seasons, over 8,200 yards, 80 touchdowns. I mean, one of the most productive backs we've seen in a long time. Now it's kind of scary to think he gets to join Lamar Jackson in this Baltimore backfield. They hope the two of them can be that combo to finally get this Baltimore team over the hump.
Jackson now to throw on first down. Down the field, he's got Aguilar. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. First time they've looked his way tonight. Good time to do it. It's a first down.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is. The reason teams love calling the quarterback's number on design quarterback runs, Mike, is because in the blocking scheme, you gain one additional blocker. It didn't matter here. The defense was ready for it, and they're able to bring the quarterback down for a loss.
On run play. This is Hill. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Third and long. Now, Jackson. He'll try and get there on the ground.
The defenders knew a pass was coming. They had their ears pinned back here on third down, but they initially allowed him to escape the pocket and make a break for it, but give him credit. They recognized the scramble quickly, rallied to the ball, stopped him short of the first down.
Out is Justin Tucker to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Ravens add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So Tucker is back out after making the field goal. He'll kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Slot man in motion right. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. On the handoff, it's White. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
I just don't love the look of this offense so far in this game, Mike. I mean, this first half, they've been flat, they've been lethargic. There hasn't been a lot of urgency, and we saw it again on this last play. Simple handoff, no gain, same story.
They send Godwin in motion. From the gun, it's Mayfield. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
And on that 3rd down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up 4th down.
Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense about ready to take over once more. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. Pistol give to Henry. Can't fault the effort. He got him for a couple of tackles, but ultimately the defense gets him for a loss of yardage.
Now, there hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
Aguilar goes off in motion. Jackson now on 2nd down. He finds Likely, his tight end. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Now Jackson. Coming open, that's the tight end likely. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
We see so many wide receivers in today's NFL that almost resemble more of a running back style. When they get the ball in their hands, not only are they able to pick up big yards, they're able to fight through tackles and make people miss. That's an element that a lot of offenses are searching for. Takes a lot of pressure off the quarterback.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I back from Tampa after a timeout. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll motion over Flowers. A first down throw for Jackson. A quick slant to Flowers. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
In motion comes Andrews. Off the play fake, Jackson. Quick throw here is complete. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Bateman is the motion man. On play action, here's Jackson. And he's in. Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Ravens. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
Tucker for the point after. His kick is good. And the Ravens add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Now an opening past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. Here's Mayfield. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. That sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
There's Evans. He's got it. Third down, 3 to go. Out of the pistol, it's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. He was trying to fit that one in to Mike Evans. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They do try to run it out as they start on the ground. Brought down at the 21, a gain of 1. So we've reached halftime, and the visiting Ravens are in front as we toss it an hour or so east to Orlando, and Jonathan Coachman standing by for the EA Sports halftime report. All yours, Coach.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports halftime report. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Buccaneers offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. They'll run with the rookie from Oregon. It's Bucky Irving. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Right back to Irving. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down. The give to White. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They send Godwin in motion. Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. That pass complete to the veteran, Sterling Shepard. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
They'll try to run for it. Here's White. On 4th down, out comes the punter. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens headed back out again. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Bateman is the motion man. On 1st and 10, Jackson. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
Mike, think back to our conversation during the break. We've kind of both asked ourselves, are they content with this double-digit lead? Do they come out and play conservative here in the second half? Well, it took exactly one play to get our answer.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
On the option, they give it to Henry. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. In motion comes Andrews. On 3rd down, Jackson. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
I mean, here's a guy in Braswell that really had to wait his turn at Alabama. We don't see that very often from these college players, Mike, where they sit and develop. So give him a lot of credit. Had career highs with 8 sacks and 10.5 TFLs last year. So this is a guy they think that's just getting better and better. And in this Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense with Todd Bowles, they think he's the perfect coach to get the most out of him.
On 4th down, the Ravens call on Jordan Stout to punt. Back deep, Trey Palmer. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The home team's offense ready to get back to work. They'll start out 1st down and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. On the give, it's White. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Here comes Otten in motion. Another run here with White. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down. Here comes Otten in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and As a result, takes a big loss.
We're all set to kick this one away, as he'll take this a yard or two into his own end zone. And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to take over once more. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
1st and 10. Play action now. Jackson. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Jackson gonna keep it himself.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
On the give, here's Henry. And he'll finally be taken down at the Ravens' 13-yard line. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
This is a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
He's going nowhere. Going to lose yardage on that play.
Trying to catch the defense off guard with this designed quarterback run. Doesn't go down for a sack, but either way, defense was ready for it, able to bring the quarterback down for a loss.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Bateman is the motion man. 2nd down. Jackson. They'll get about 6 before he's taken down. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Back to throw, Jackson. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. It is Logan Hall fighting his way in to bring his man down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Out is Justin Tucker to try the field goal. Officially, it's a 36-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
So Tucker is back out after making the field goal. He'll kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. The home team's offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They send Godwin in motion. On 1st down is Mayfield. Throw left side, pulled in by Evans. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Baker gonna hand it to White. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's gonna lose a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
This one is caught by Shepard. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback, but the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
On 3rd down, it's White. We're about ready now for the punt, as he'll come on to kick for the 5th time here tonight. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. Back out is the reigning MVP of the league, Lamar Jackson, and the rest of this Baltimore offense. And he's had it going in the 1st half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, going to try to keep it going. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now Jackson on the move. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. Great way to start the drive. A gain of 20 and a 1st down. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll run it on 1st down with Henry. And he'll get this across midfield as he's brought down following a pickup of 5. On the ground, they'll go with Hill. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
They'll run. It's Henry. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
They'll go again here with Henry. And they'll stop it. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yardage, but they didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be 3rd down.
I know it's easy from up in the booth, Mike, but I think that's one of those zone reads where the quarterback needs to pull it and keep it himself. The defense was clearly keyed on the running back. Not much room in there. No gain.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Henry. Out is Justin Tucker to try the field goal. This will be a 48-yard attempt. Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Ravens will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So Tucker is back out after making the field goal. He'll kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready to take over once again. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. There's that man again, another catch. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. From the gun, it's Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
It's his ability to change direction. He's able to go from his back pedal to then driving that route fast enough that he gets to the ball immediately as it arrives, and he's able to knock it down.
The offense staying out there for this 4th down. They'll go. Mayfield. Incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on 4th. They'll wind up giving the ball over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The Ravens offense ready for this next possession. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. In motion comes Andrews. Jackson now to throw on 1st down. That's caught. Derrick Henry. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
And that throw just seems like the cherry on top of what has been an incredible day for this quarterback. And I wouldn't be surprised here late if we get to see the backup after this drive. And there's one guy in the stadium that has earned the right to stand on the sideline and relax. It's this quarterback.
Now, Jackson. Quick slant into the hands of the speedy Flowers. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Aguilar goes off in motion. On 2nd down, here's a run with Henry. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the 1st down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
3rd and short, Jackson. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
Ball sitting on the 3. It is 1st down and goal. Aguilar goes off in motion. 1st and goal, and it's Henry. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up 2nd and goal. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. Jackson going to keep this one himself. And this one's blown up. It's back at the 5-yard line now.
And you could tell pretty quickly, Mike, that once the quarterback started chopping his feet, that there was nowhere for him to go. Great job by the defense, not only reading quarterback run, but getting him down behind the line.
3rd and goal for Jackson. A 2nd effort, and he is in. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Baltimore. Greg, in the end zone again. I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with a win. But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
Point after now from Tucker. He's got it. And the Ravens add on to their already sizable lead. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. Irving now on the return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Baker to throw. This one caught left side by Evans. Here's 2nd and 2. To throw is Mayfield. A short one there to Otten. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Baker. It's complete to Evans. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. To the left side, to Godwin. And he's going to have a 1st down. He's forced out. Nice pickup of 9.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a 1st down.
And that's what you call being fearless, going over the middle. That's not everybody's cup of tea in this league, Mike. Some guys love to operate outside the numbers, and some guys understand their role is in the middle of the field, and not only to make that catch, but to do it laying out. That's a big-time play to secure that one.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense, immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the 1st, so it'll bring up 4th down. So Chase McLaughlin will come in, and they'll try a field goal. This a 44-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Buccaneers will cut into that lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Parity now with the return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense, and Lamar Jackson getting set to take over once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. From the 25, they'll go to work, 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. In motion comes Andrews. Gonna go right back to Henry. And he's gonna be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Here's Henry, and he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
On the handoff, it's Henry. Henry rumbles to the 1st down and more. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. It's a big one for the Ravens. 32 yards.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
In motion comes Andrews. They'll run here with Hill. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. This is Henry. And he'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up. So it is a win here for the visitors, the Ravens. And they do it in blowout fashion. We thought this might be a competitive battle. It was anything but. Points came early and often, and they cruised to an easy victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Tampa.